Hello everyone. In our previous video we talked about balancing of chemical equations, and in this video we will talk about types of chemical equation, but before that we will talk about writing symbols of physical states. That is, iron, it is in solid state, as states that it is in solid state. H2O, water, it is in gaseous state, and the product Fe3O4, that is the ferrous oxide, it is in solid state, and hydrogen, it is in gaseous state. So this thing, if you know, you should mention in the reaction that what of the elements or compounds are in which state. So writing symbols of physical states means physical states are what? Solid, liquid and the gas. So as I told you that the symbol G is used with H2O, that is water, to indicate that in this reaction water is used in the form of steam, that is the vapor. Usually physical states are not included in a chemical equation unless it is necessary to specify them. So this was writing symbols of physical states, either element or the compound. Now we will talk about types of chemical reactions. So there are 5 types of chemical reactions in which 4 are important. The types of reactions are combination reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction and decomposition reaction. The 5th one is oxidation and reduction. We have learnt in class 9th that during a chemical reaction, atoms of one element do not change into those of another element. Yeah, they do not change, they combine. Combine means they are getting together. It's suppose if you put one black color ball and blue color ball, so they are combining. If they get intermixed, means the color is mixing. So the elements, the atoms of the elements are not mixing, they are getting combined. Nor do atoms disappear from the mixture or appear from elsewhere. Actually, chemical reactions involve the breaking and making of bonds between atoms to produce new substances. You will study about types of bonds formed between atoms in chapter 3rd and 4th, that is the chemical bonding. So what does a chemical reaction involves? Chemical reaction involves the breaking and making of bonds between atoms to produce new substances. For example, hydrogen plus oxygen gives water, carbon plus oxygen, carbon dioxide. The first reaction is combination reaction. Here is an activity. For example, this is a beaker, water is filled in that, and these are the particles of calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is white in color, and it just like if you put in water, it will start boiling, as you can see. So in activity what it is saying, take a small amount of calcium oxide or quicklime in a beaker. Calcium oxide you may have seen similar to that only, the white color powder which we use while playing, making creases on the playground or field. So that is similar to calcium oxide. Or quicklime in a beaker. Slowly add water to this. Touch the beaker as shown in the figure 1.3. Do you feel any change in temperature? Yeah, the beaker will get hot. This activity you can do at your home also. It's a small activity. And what you will notice? You will notice release of energy. So it's an exothermic reaction. Calcium oxide reacts vigorously with water to produce slaked lime, that is calcium hydroxide, releasing a large amount of heat. You can see the bubbles also at the upper surface. So calcium oxide reacts vigorously with water to produce slaked lime, that is calcium hydroxide CaOH whole twice, releasing a large amount of heat. And when heat is released, we know that reaction is an exothermic reaction, and when heat is absorbed, that reaction is endothermic reaction. Here is a reaction for this. This is a chemical equation. Calcium oxide is in solid state, water is in liquid state, and which gives the product on adding CaOH whole twice, that is aqueous. Aqueous means that is semi-solid, or you can say a thick liquid. In this reaction, calcium oxide and water combine to form a single product, that is calcium hydroxide. So this reaction is an combination reaction, because when two or more substances or elements or compounds combine to form one single product, that is a combination reaction. Such a reaction in which a single product is formed from two or more reactants is known as combination reaction. So here is an interesting fact to know. If you know, then it's good. If you don't know, then you should know. A solution of slaked lime produced by the reaction 1.13. 1.13 is the reaction this. Calcium oxide plus water gives calcium hydroxide. It is also known as slaked lime, and it is used as a common term putty, which is used on the walls before doing paints, and it is of white color and water is added to it. It is like a white cement, and before painting it is done on your walls to make it well furnished and to give a shiny look too. Calcium hydroxide reacts slowly with carbon dioxide in air to form a thin layer of calcium carbonate on the walls. So it takes 2 to 3 days for drying up, and then you can see a shine on the walls, and when paint is done it looks good. Calcium carbonate is formed after 2 or 3 days of whitewashing and gives a shiny finish to the walls. It is interesting to note that chemical formula for marble is also CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate. So we came to know about combination reaction. When two or more substances combine to form a one single product, that reaction is called combination reaction. Let us discuss some more examples of combination reaction, like burning of coal, that is carbon, it is in solid state, and oxygen, it is in gaseous state. It gives carbon dioxide, that is a gas, and remains is there, that is the ash of the coal. Second example, formation of water, that is H2 plus O2, hydrogen plus oxygen. Hydrogen is in gaseous state and oxygen is also in gaseous state, and both when reacts or they are combined together, it gives water, that is 2H2O. It is written, it is a balanced chemical equation. But simply if you write the reaction, it will be H2 plus O2 gives H2O. In simple language, we can say that when two or more substances, elements or compounds, we know elements are the pure substance, compounds are the impure, combine to form a single product, that when two or more substances combine to form a single product, the reaction is called combination reaction. In activity 1.4, that is that water and beaker and the particles of calcium oxide, we also observed that a large amount of heat is evolved. This makes the reaction mixture warm. So as I told you that the beaker will get warm or hot. Reactions in which heat is released along with the formation of products are called exothermic reactions. Other examples of exothermic reactions are like burning of natural gas, CH4, methane. Methane is a gas. CH4 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O, that is methane plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water, and these are the physical states written here, G, that is gas, and all reactants are also in the gaseous state and the products too are in the gaseous state. And this is an example of exothermic reaction because heat is being released in this reaction. Do you know that respiration is an exothermic reaction or process? Yeah, because energy is released. When we take in oxygen, it mixes with the blood and it releases energy. It helps in breaking down the food materials and releases energy. So therefore, respiration is an exothermic process. So as I told you, we will go through the text. We all know that we need energy to stay alive. We get this energy from the food we eat. During digestion, food is broken down into simpler substances. For example, rice, potatoes, and bread contain carbohydrates. These carbohydrates are broken down to form glucose. This glucose combines with the oxygen. So when we take in oxygen, it combines with the glucose in the cells of our body and provides energy. The special name for this reaction is respiration. So in short, you can say the release of energy on intake of oxygen is known as respiration. Or any another definition may be also there, like breaking down of food and release of energy in the presence of oxygen is known as respiration. Actually, there are two types of respiration. One is aerobic and one is anaerobic. Aerobic respiration takes place in presence of oxygen, and anaerobic respiration takes place in absence of oxygen. That is, only virus can survive like that, because virus do not need oxygen to live. They can survive without oxygen also. So the process which you will study, this will be in the chapter number 6. This is the reaction for the breaking down of food in the presence of oxygen, and this process is so called respiration. C6H12O6, it is aqueous, that is a thick liquid, plus oxygen, it is also in aqueous form. It gives product carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Water, that is the waste which is released out of our body through sweat or urine. Third example is the decomposition of vegetable matter into compost is also an example of exothermic reaction. Identify the type of reaction taking place in activity 1.1 where heat is given out along with the formation of a single product. So the type of reaction should be exothermic, and it is a combination reaction, because if the single product is being formed, then it is a combination reaction, and if heat is being released, then it's an exothermic reaction too. So in this video we talked about type of reaction, that is the combination reaction. So what is combination reaction? When two or more substances, that is elements or compounds, join together or combine together to form a single product, that is called combination reaction. Example, carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide, hydrogen plus oxygen gives water. So these are the examples of combination reaction. In next video we will study about other types of reaction which are in your chapter, and I think so only remaining 4 are there, that will also get completed soon. So your syllabus is not much, and if you work hard and go on for self-studying at your homes, you could do it better and much better. Thank you.